what are some ways of treating these things, right? Number one, person accepts Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's decree that whatever happens to them in their day, good or bad, Allah has planned it as a test. The good that happened to me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is testing me, how am I going to behave, right? أَأَشْكُرُ أَمْ أَكْفُرُ. That's it. Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam, Sayyidina Dawood alayhi salam, same dua that both father and son made, was what? Allah gave me all of these to see, am I going to be grateful or am I going to be ungrateful? So that'll be a different time, inshallah. Yeah, that's a deep question. Yeah, it's a good question though. Yeah. Another is that a person adopts universal brotherhood. What is that? That they realize that your fellow Muslim brothers, fellow Muslim sisters, right? We use that word for a reason, right? Muslim brother, Muslim sister, we are all a part of the same family. 2 billion strong, right? So yeah, can you get angry and upset with your family members? Absolutely you can. Should you have hatred for your family members? No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. I love you, I don't like you though. Okay, that's fine. I love my Muslim brothers, sometimes I don't like them though, man. They say, that's fine. I love my brother. I love my older brother. I do. I love my younger brother. But I love my older brother. But sometimes I don't like him, man. Sometimes the things that he says, sometimes things that I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? That's fine, it's okay. I'm sure he says the same thing about me, that's fine. But I still have love for them, I don't have hatred for them. So it's important to remember that brotherhood and that sisterhood, right? So many ayat, so many ahadith, wallahi, that talk about this. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam prohibited and forbade the Sahaba from this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the Sahaba. What did he say? He says, subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ إِذْ كُنْتُمْ أَعْدَاءً فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ فَأَصْبَحْتُمْ بِنِعْمَتِهِ إِخْوَانًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to the Sahaba, directly to the Aus and the Khazraj from the Ansar, He says to them, subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says that, do you not, the ni'mah, the blessing of Allah. Allah said, this is the blessing that I made you into brothers and friends. Before you used to be enemies, you used to kill each other. But because of my blessing and my favor, I made you guys unanimous. You guys can work together, you guys can live together in peace. Alhamdulillah, only Islam can bring people together like that. Malcolm X rahimahullah, he just had like the anniversary of his death. Look at his story, it's an amazing story. Read his book, read his autobiography, look into his life. Look into the letter, honestly, homework for everybody, I've given this homework before. Read the letter that Malcolm wrote from Mecca. Read that letter he wrote. Changed his life. Because he was just like built on hatred. Hatred of everybody else who was not him, who was not black. Not just that, but African American. Straight up. Every other type of person. Goes to Mecca, all of the hatred, all that dissolves. Travels the Muslim world, all that hatred, all the walls come down. When he sees Muslims, black, white, orange, green, yellow, sitting next to each other, talking, eating from the same plate, he sees that brotherhood and that sisterhood. He sees the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ coming to life in front of him. It will remove that hatred and that anger. Another is that a person realizes shaitan's trick and plan. Shaitan is always there, whispering in your ear, trying to make you basically riled up. Don't fall into his plan. Suppressing the ego and reconciling with others. What do you do? If you have an immediate feeling that overcomes you, where sometimes you get that flare up of anger, your face gets red, your blood starts boiling, you know what you should do? Make dua for that person. Make dua for that person. Whoever it is. He said this to me, you know what? May Allah guide them, may Allah guide me, may Allah forgive them, may Allah forgive me, may Allah give that person the best of dunya and akhirah. Make that dua from the heart. Why? You're suppressing your ego, your nafs. Your nafs hates that, your nafs doesn't want to say that, but your ruh, your soul wants to say that. Make it say that. So again, this is a great way of removing any negative feelings that we might have towards other people. Finally, what are some exceptions? Number one is that you should definitely hate corruption, evil, disbelief, sins, all of these things, you should hate them. Don't hate people though. Don't hate your fellow Muslim. It is haram to hate a fellow Muslim. You can hate the action they are doing, but you cannot hate the fellow Muslim. This is not permissible to do, right? Because what happens when that person leaves the sin? You hated the person, you didn't hate their sin, you hated who they were. If you hate a person, if you hate a Muslim, that is your ego talking, that is your nafs talking. But if you hate the sin, that is your iman, that is your faith talking. Two different things. Finally, is that a person can have like a sudden flare-up of these emotions. However, so long as they keep them in check and they tame them, then inshallah it's not something like, okay, we need to take you to a doctor or something. Inshallah, it's okay, as long as you address it and you recognize that feeling and you not let it fester and stay inside of you, right? So again, this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was asked, what is the best form of faith, of iman? And he said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, it is that you love for the sake of Allah and that you hate for the sake of Allah. That's it. So our hatred should be in the right place and our love should be in the right place. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us better control of our heart and He align our hearts to Him subhanahu wa ta'ala.